Hello everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and we're here with another video, as Dina from Homespun Fun would say, because I don't know what the number is, but this is going to be a charm chanter, I think 342 maybe. Let's talk about WIPS. So welcome to the other end of my living room. You've seen me in the dining room, you've seen me on my crochet couch, my comfy couch. This is the opposite end of that room. Oh, pardon me. And this is where I keep scrap yarn is in here. Scrap yarn is in here. A project that's not yarn is in here. I'm not really, oh, you can't even see them. So there's more scrap yarn all over here. And this is finished projects are in this thing, but you can see kind of a corner. Oh, I can turn you. So this is where I'm putting the bear clothes. This is, I know there's some project bags in there. That's yarn that needs to be wound up. And this is scrap yarn in this bin down, this covered thing down here. And then, I'm not showing you that corner because it's just, well, I'll show you. I don't care. So in the top are like my ball winder and my Swift, that kind of things are up there, buttons and stuff. Then there's a bin that in the second shelf that has my, you're good, very tiny scrap yarns, and there's another bin in there that's holding all of my ball bands for me. And then there's some fabric because I'm going to teach my granddaughter one day how to use her sewing machine, and she needs scrap fabric to play with. And so that's what's in here. And then this is project bags and that are empty. And I don't know what else is in there. Oh, this is more yarn for my knitting blanket. That's the box that yarn came in. So it's just sitting there waiting for me. So let's talk about WIPS for a minute. Like, how many WIPS do you have? How many WIPS are you comfortable with? I have way too many WIPS right now, and it makes me uncomfortable because I feel like I need to get some of them done. And I'm really comfortable with like 3, maybe 4, but I have more than that now. So I wanted to show you. So in here is this is my knitting project. It's supposed to be like 1 row a day. I haven't touched it this past week. Let's be serious. I was selling off the stuff that I had from an old business, and it was just a matter of getting all that crap together, and I did not crochet much because most of my spare time was spent doing that. It's gone now, so I will have more spare time, and I will work on this again. It's not that I haven't wanted to, I just really have not had the time. There have been days this week that I did not even pick up a hook 1 minute, let alone a needle. So that's one WIP, but that's like a crochet along, and I can have a couple of those and be fine with that on top of a couple of WIPs that I'm like actively working on. So that's a WIP that I'm comfortable with because it's an ongoing, you just do a little bit at a time and then you put it away. So you expect that to last a while. Then I have the WIP that's in my to-go bag. I always have a WIP in here, and I'm good with that because it's like I take it with me, and I take it to work, I take it in the car. Right now in my to-go bag is it is going to be if it's going to be, so at this, well, let me just show you. I'm going to have to make the, oops, I'm using my Clover number 7mm hook for it. This is how much yarn I have left of the first skein to go with, if I'm, let's see, where am I? I am crocheting this way. Okay. So if I were to make it a scarf, and give it to my sister-in-law who really liked it as a scarf, this is probably like really good stopping place after this row. Do the ending final side to, supposed to be picots, treble crochet picots over here, and be done with it after, because this is all I have left of this skein of yarn. And then I could give that to my sister-in-law and consider this a done WIP. You really can't do like fingerless gloves, or maybe a headband to go with it out of another skein. But I really like the project. I really want to make a wrap out of it though, because I think if I do a second skein, it'll be wide enough to be a wrap, and yet because it's so, you could still use it as a scarf. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and it'll take one more skein of yarn. So I'm okay with this WIP. I'm okay with the WIP in this bag, because it's always going to be something in this bag. I know that, and it's easy, small projects, something small enough to fit in the bag. And it's just something to do that I can take with me anywhere I go. But I'm really upset. I don't remember who gave me the bag. I really feel bad about that, but I think somebody sent me this bag with some other stuff, and I use it so much it's starting to fray. I'm like, no, this is the perfect bag. It's cloth, so it fits, like I can squish it up really small and put it in my lunch box, which is what I do. I put it in my lunch bag and I take it to work with me, but then it fits, like it's really easy to just grab and go and take anywhere I want. So this is my to-go bag WIP, and I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with this WIP. This is a scarf, or a shawl that I started making like a year and a half ago, and I've worked on it. The last time I talked about it was the last time I worked on it. So that's been a month. Just because really I haven't had time. I haven't had time to do the ones I'm currently working on. It's a beautiful shawl. I think it's called Winter and Ice. And it's out of one of those cakes from, I don't want to take it out of here because it'll fall apart, but you can maybe see it's one of those Stitch Studio two strands of yarn, very thin. Can you see? It's a number 2 weight. Yep, it says number 2 weight right on there. But this was a Stitch Studio by Nicole yarn, and it's like the Twister from Hobie. Totally love that style of yarn. But I'm using a 4mm hook on it, and the thin yarn, it takes a while, and really takes a long time when you don't pick it up. But I kind of forgot about it for a while, and it's been sitting when I have time, but then I keep starting another project. So then I have my Luck of the Draw that lives in this bag, and you all have seen that so a lot. But this is the Luck of the Draw, and I don't mind having this WIP because I know it's a 20-week project. I work on it for an hour or less a week, and it's done, and I know it's going to, take a while. Those kind of projects, I don't mind having multiple of, as long as I can keep up with them. It's not too many to keep up with. I usually am doing the Jada and Stitches, and I've been doing washcloths with her once a month project. She's making a blanket, I'm making washcloths, and they've been living in this bag once a month. But since I put this in here, I did away with Jada's temporarily. When I'm done with this that I'm making for my sister-in-law, then I will put another Jada and Stitches September, and then I'll have to catch up with October. But that's okay. I mean, it's just a washcloth. It's not a big deal. Then this is, in this bag, lives the amigurumi doll bear clothes. Like the bear, my Terry bear. Her clothes live in here. And right now, she has no clothes in here, just the book. But I will use scrap yarn. And as a matter of fact, I decided, because I like doing the Judy Witch Piece craft thing, which, by the way, this yarn in this was picked because of the first album cover from Judy with Witch Piece Craft. Her first album cover of the month of September had all these colors in it, which is why I picked this yarn. So I do need to get this done by the end of the month, because that's when her thing is going to be. So we're hoping. But that's hashtag Rock2022AU. And that's what this project was started as. And why that yarn was even picked. So I thought to continue with with Judy, to help support her, I would try to do the bear clothes based on her album covers. So the second album cover had mostly white, but in the center of it there was a little princess or something in, I believe it was a blue dress. So I thought a pale blue dress, and I think I need to do 4-weight yarn. That's a blue over there. 3-weight. I think in here, I thought I would do the bear. Has a sailor outfit, and I thought I would do light blue and white to match, go with the dress, but yet still be a sailor outfit. But because the bear is a girl, I thought I would do light blue versus navy blue for a boy. So actually I'm going to put that in the whip bag, and I have the white yarn already in the whip bag. So that white yarn is also scrap yarn. So that's ready when I get to that project, which won't be done by the end of the month, because I think today is around I don't know. We're getting near the end of the month, so that won't be done. Then I have in this bag a test project that I'm testing, so I can't show you that. But this is the bag I got from Hobie. But that's another whip that should have been done, and I'm behind, and I apologize, Anita. But Anita from YOH Creations, or YOH Crochet, I always forget. Anyway, Anita is my friend, and I'm making that, and I'm hoping to get it done in the next day or so. Then in this bag is, it's a cool looking bag, right? Because it kind of has an iridescence. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, this is my Luck of the Draw 5. Yeah, we won't even go there. It's kind of been forgotten, but not really. I mean, it's still here. I'm still wanting to work on it. Again, I just have not had the time. And then I have this project. So this is going to be the first thing that I work on for Boggy Creek. I've showed you in the Boggy Creek videos that we've done that I'm going to crochet some of these squares together. And I thought, because I kind of arranged them by color, so I have this is again scrap yarn, and these were all made out of scraps, all these squares. I believe they're a willow square. I believe that's what they're called. I know my friend Trisha from Mama Swift would know for sure if I show you one. But I have them starting in, and I'll show you the solid color because it's easier to see the pattern. Trish, this is a willow square, right? But I have several in the pinks and purplish colorway. And so I thought I'm going to put them together with this. I love this yarn. And I believe this color is called Aberdeen. Yes, Aubergine. And so look at the match, really nice with those. So I think that's the color that I'm going to start to put them together with. And I don't know what I'll do for a border. I might have more of that yarn, but I might choose a different color because I'm going to start with these and see how far they go. but I have a lot with this reddish, this. So I'm going to throw them on the floor, put them in an order to make the size that we need, and then I'm going to start putting them together. But I don't want I want it to be more scrappy, so I'm not going to color control where they go. Well, I kind of am, because I'm not going to put them all these together and then, I want it to be more eclectic, I guess is a good word. So that is the next WIP that I have. And the last one that is semi-active. But then when you go up into my yarn room, I have bags of WIPs on the floor. They're not started. It's just I've pulled the yarn and this is something I'm going to make. And I have stuff like that, but that doesn't bother me. It's like I got the yarn and the project is ready to go whenever I get to it, if I ever get to it. But I have all along the edge of my floor in my yarn room, I have several bags like that. I have a big bag of yarn that I am even put into a vacuum seal bag and vacuum sealed it up. It's yarn that I bought from AC Moore. That I'm gonna make this blanket. I'm gonna make this blanket. I love the colors. I love the yarn. AC Moore's been out of business for how long? That bag is still there, and it's big. It's got a lot of yarn in it. Blanket quantity for sure. But that's another project, another day. So I am comfortable with having my go bag. And having, the crochet alongs that are once a month kind of things. Simple projects for those. Several of those. I can have several of those and be comfortable with that. So my luck of the draw, 6. I'm comfortable having that. I'm comfortable having the Jade and Stitches thing, which is normally what's in there, in that one bag. I'm comfortable with the knit project, a little bit every day. What I get uncomfortable is when I have so many that I can't keep up. And then you have to say, oh, what's going to give? Well, what has given so far was my luck of the draw 5 is still sitting there. The projects that I have sitting up in my room are still sitting there, but they're not started. So they're not actually WIPs. They're just projects waiting to become WIPs. So if I can clear, and I shouldn't be uncomfortable with the bear because it's closed and I'm, little project at a time. Right now there isn't even a started project in it. But I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. And I gotta make more blankets for Bogey Creek. Because those kids deserve the blankets. I know, it's just crochet. Don't add the pressure. Okay, I won't. You get done what you get done. And you get it done as quickly as you can, right? Or as leisurely as you want. Because the bottom line is, it's crochet, it's relaxing. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not on a time schedule, really. So there should be no pressure. But I still am not comfortable with having a bunch of projects at the same time. But for the most part, these aren't projects that are pressure projects for me. I am feeling really guilty about not being done with my project for Anita. Excuse me, because I think she wanted it done by today and I'm not done. And normally I'm one of the first ones done when I'm testing for her. So Anita, I really, really, really do apologize for not being done. But this time my life really did take a change and I had to do what I had to do. But I am actively working on her this weekend. I have actively worked on her the last, all afternoon. So, it's almost, it's getting there. That's the best I got for you. It's getting there. And please don't hold up your release for me. I know your pattern is great. The parts of the pattern that I have not finished or started, I have done for you before and I know they'll be fine. So, that's where we're at with and a lot of these projects stay over here in this corner But some of them, my poor husband has to deal with because they sit by me on the couch or near the couch within reach because, you have to have at least 2 projects to work on that aren't in your go bag because that's a go project. And that aren't the month, like a crochet along just a little bit at a time project. Because if I do, this is my knit project, if I do, like Laura said, Laura from Mandy's Crochet and Farming, if I do 1 row on this, okay, it takes me, I'm slow, I tend to screw it up a lot, but we're going to continue on with it anyway. So if it takes me, which it doesn't, but if it does take me an hour, and I'm sitting for the evening, I've settled in and I'm going to sit and crochet while I watch TV or be on Zoom or be watching videos for a couple of hours, I need more than a simple project like this. My Luck of the Draw 6 literally takes me less than an hour once a week. So then what am I going to work on? So I have to have a couple of projects that I can switch out if I get bored. So when I'm done with the test project, that will leave me project for the bear that I haven't started yet. I really should work on my Luck of the Draw 5 because I really do want to make that. Hopefully it'll be done before next summer because it's a summer project. I can work on this and I can make blankets because then there's really not that many things that aren't crochet alongs for just a few a short period of time. And that's how I like things. I like to have my go bag, a couple of crochet alongs, and then I like to have like 2 projects to work on and intermingle. If I get tired of this one, I can work on that one. Maybe 3 at the most. But usually if I sit and do 1 project at a time, I can't just do 1 project. I get bored and I have to change. But I know, there's people out there that have like 900 WIPs. I would lose my mind. I would feel like nothing ever gets done. I don't know how you do that. And more power to you. Because if I could do that, I would have 900 projects because I've got them lined up waiting for me. But let me know, how many WIPs do you like to have? How many do you currently have? Are you over your limit? Are you getting overwhelmed? Because I can get overwhelmed with WIPs. And then it's not fun. And I want my crochet to be fun. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed, but now that I sit down and talk to you about it, really, I'm not really overwhelmed. I think I'm putting pressure on myself to get Anita's project done. That's not on her. That's totally on me. Because I think I've now exceeded the deadline. And I don't like to do that. But it is what it is. Sometimes crochet has to take a back seat. I hate to say that, though. It really should never have to happen, right? Okay, so let me know what you think on your WIPs. And I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Bye.